Okay, 3-section staff day, whatever. This is really cool. This thing just never ceases to amaze me. So just an interesting frame shift you can have is that normally you think of the weapon as this. And then this is either, this guy can be helping or assisting that in some way. But you kind of like intuitively feel like the weapon that you're doing is this guy. If you do a little bit of a frame shift, you can make it so that this guy is throwing the whole thing. So instead of it being this thing here, you're throwing the whole thing, and the only thing comes into play when this guy whips it. So you can see if and then you're holding the a totally different weapon. You know, this is the thing, and your middle hand is just facilitating it. I think this thing is probably totally impractical, bordering on absurd as a weapon versus almost any other weapon. Even though you could use it if you were like good at it, it's like you could be better with something else. This is not I don't think this is the strongest weapon for anybody. If you got really good at this, you would be really, really good at like just a sword or a stick. But this thing has so many frame shifts and leverage types that the avenues of like conceptual training are astronomical. Right? You have yang sections, you have yin sections. So you have yang held together with yin. So as you're moving the instrument, you can feel how those two forces interact. And even attune to the yin. Kind of moving from a chain. And again, it's not like, it's like each of these frame shifts of like, oh, are you moving from the chain? Are you moving from the forefront? Is it, are you like using it as a catapult? It's great because it has like this utility. yin has this like openness to it, to where it has these points where there's infinite degrees of freedom. So the chain, you know, the space between, the silence between the stuff connecting it. So there's like doing that from the middle staff, and then you could do that from the bottom one. Yeah, I can't. This highlights so much shoulder injury. Wow. Holy crap. These are performative. Wow. I normally wouldn't say anything out loud. It's for video. Like it's real. It's real. some people move that way predominantly. Oh well, 3 different temperaments. Some people move themselves from here. Some people move themselves from here. And some people move themselves from there. So people that move themselves from the deep thing have these big thoughts and movements that are like, you know, wherever you get going, slow to stop. Big, dumb, slow. It's like making a stick feel as heavy as possible. Which means it gets the momentum of all 3 sticks. Doing everything from the middle as the middle. It's pretty balanced. And so changing your focal points amplifies different ways in linkages you can take with your body. Your knees, your hips, your spine. Different types of like whipping and mechanical advantage. You can like see all of that in the 3-section staff. Highlights coordination imbalances like crazy. You'll see movement patterns on one versus the other. There's like an endless number of like rehab drills you can do with it. Just like anything. It's the most versatile object, and it's like so versatile. It's not really good for anything. It's pretty good at like everything from the material to the spiritual. You could like thresh rice with it. You can harvest your own soul. It really does everything. Is it the best to do any of that stuff? No, it's a little ridiculous. It's like a platypus of objects. It's not even a good weapon. It's not even that it's a non-versatile weapon. It's like not, it's barely even a weapon. Because it's so much other things. It's so much like a shake weight. And people are like, you could totally use this against that. And it's like, yeah, you could also use a shake weight against your opponent. Like, you can use anything against anybody. It doesn't mean it's not ridiculous. Like a weapon is something you choose beforehand. Everything else is just like whatever. Why would you choose